Hey everybody, this is the extended response section of the helper videos. So hopefully after this you'll be able to handle your extended response with no problem at all. First thing I want you to do is I want you to take a look at what number would be in front of these parentheses if there wasn't one there. Remember, there's always a positive one there. If you needed to write it in, you can. And really what that means is I'm just going to take that positive one and I'm going to distribute it to everything inside the parentheses. Now remember, if I'm distributing a positive 1, it just means I'm multiplying 1 times everything inside of there. Well, guess what? Anything times 1 is itself. So I'm going to go ahead and just rewrite without the parentheses the c plus 7. And then over here, remember 1 times 2c is 2c. And 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. And that still equals 38. Okay, now we have the first step done. But the second step is that we have to combine our like terms. So the only thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw my ladder. All I'm doing is drawing my ladder. And I'm going to be looking at only the left side of this equation. Notice that I have a lot of terms here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. Well, out of all of those terms, I can combine some of the like terms. So on this side, I'm going to write my C's and my no's. Oh yeah, I hope you guys remember these columns. C's and no's. What's a part of my C's? Well, I have one C here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put one C here. I've used this one. One C here, so I'm going to put another C here. I've used this one. And then I have two C's here, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put two C's. So I've used this one. Now all I have left is constants, which are no's. And all that no stands for is no variable. It's just a short way of writing it. And constant is too long of a word, so I write no's. So under my no's, I have a positive 7. And I have a negative 1. I'm going to go ahead and combine those terms. 1c plus 1c is 2c, plus 2 more c's is 4 c's. And a positive 7 minus 1 is a positive 6 because I have more good guys than bad guys, 6 more. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write that. 4c plus 6 is now equal to 38 because now I've simplified this equation. Now it's just a two-step equation. So I'm going to go ahead and change colors to see the next step. First thing I do is I look for my constants on this side because I want to get C by itself. So the first thing I do is I think to myself, what's the opposite of adding 6? And that is subtracting 6. Because remember, I want this to zero out so that I can get C's by themselves. Anything I do to one side of that ladder, I better be doing to the other. Now, 38 minus 6 is 32. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring that down, bringing down my equal sign, bringing down my 4c. All right, last step. I want to get c by itself. The 4 and the c are attached by multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by that coefficient of 4 because I want to get the c by itself. Remember, anything divided by itself is just a fancy form of 1. So I have 1c left on this side. 32 divided by 4 is 8. So now I know that the value of c is equal to 8. Now, if you did want to check your work, you are able to do so. I would just go ahead and substitute it into the original equation. So anywhere you see a c, instead of c, you're just going to put an 8. So for sake of time, I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite it with the 8. So 8 plus 7 plus 2 times 8 minus 1, all of that in parentheses, equals 38. All right, let's see if it works. First thing I do is inside the parentheses. So 8 plus 7 is 15. So all I'm doing is bringing down this 8 and the plus sign. Remember, inside the parentheses, I have to do multiplication first. 2 times 8 is 16. So I have 16 minus 1 inside those parentheses. 16 minus 1 is 15. Bring down everything else. And remember, this whole expression needs to be equal to 38. Well, guess what? 15 plus 15 is 30. 30 plus 8, oh, I hope you're telling me it's 38. Well, it is. 8 plus 30 is 38. And 38, we know, is equal to 38. So guess what? It works. It checks. Bam. Nice job, guys. Good luck.